What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you as ever for stopping by. Genuinely, I really do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I hope your week's not been too bad, too stressful. It's the weekend. I've managed to get a ticket to Villarreal tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to going to that one. Yeah. Socials will be appearing on the side of the screen. If you could copy, that's not even right. If you could get yourself involved with those. So I'm going to take the glasses off. If you get yourself involved with those, I'd really appreciate it. I've just gone over 2,600 now. So, like I said, trying to get to 3,000. So if you could support the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. You can also turn the notifications on if you like the video as well. Any comments that you want to make, feel free. Comment section down below. You may agree with me, you may disagree with me. We'll just have to wait and see. Everybody's opinion is valid. Now, hopefully, you will all notice a slightly different look in my ever-residing quest to change the channel around a little bit or to sort of improve what it is. I have been getting a lot of feedback that people have been finding my moving background, shall we say, slightly annoying. So what I've done is I've taken the image of the new stadium in terms of the upgraded sections of it, put that on as the background picture, and so it's a still image, and the only thing that's moving, which is the compromise for me, because I want it that way, is that there is now just a little bit of movement underneath me, which is great. But I'm happy with it. I think it looks nice. It's just trying to continue the theme that I've got going on, and like I say, hopefully you like it. I've listened to you. I was a bit annoyed at first, but no, I've listened to you. You guys support my channel, so yep, take it on board. So today, what I want to talk about is the lovely situation that appears to be forming with regards to Matteo Joseph. Now, I have a real issue with players that don't do themselves any favour, or agents that don't do themselves any favour with how they go about certain situations when they want to move away from a club or want to, quote unquote, force a move. It's clear, obviously, with how everything's gone at the moment, that Matteo Joseph does want out. He doesn't want to be playing third, fourth fiddle to everybody else. He wants to be given his chance. Now, yeah, he's been prolific in the Spain under-21s. He was our main striker at the start of last season. It didn't work out well for him, unfortunately. That's just the way that the cookie crumbles. But to effectively down tools and to refuse to travel, for the Man United game, or to refuse to training, all of that kind of stuff, it really, really sticks in my throat a little bit. I think he's being extremely badly advised, and I'm surprised at him because he hasn't learned anything from what's come before him, when Sinisterra did it, when Nonto did it, and what happened to those players. Obviously, Nonto, redemption arc, all of that kind of stuff. But I'm absolutely gobsmacked that he has thought that he can turn it around and do it this way, or do it the way that he wants to do it. And he is effectively, what he's done is he's ostracised himself from the entire team, in my opinion. And it's going to be difficult, unless there's a little bit of grovelling going on, for him to put that right. And it just seems strange that he appears to be trying to force a move that was probably going to happen anyways. And there's an article in The Athletic that came out this morning with regards to sort of this situation from Baron Cross, and it's titled Matteo Joseph, So What Now? And it goes on to just sort of set the stall a little bit. Matteo Joseph could probably read the writing on the wall. He finished last season in a scrap for second billing with Patrick Bamford, but Leeds United's promotion and the arrival of Lucas Nemecha in June were warning signs. Then, as Joel Perreault was polishing his Golden Boot trophy, Leeds began to be linked with Fulham's Rodrigo Muniz. Even if they fail to add the Brazilian specifically, it is no secret they want a first-rate striker capable of supplanting Perreault in attack. Was Joseph, who began last season as manager Daniel Farke's first-choice striker, willing to go into the top flight as first choice? We all know that the answer to that is no, really, don't we? While Bamford was told in no uncertain terms he is surplus to requirements, Spain's under-21 international had not been shown the door. Instead, with 3 years still on his contract, there were likely two routes for him at Leeds. Farke may have seen value in the youngster scraping onto his bench and waiting for injuries to get on the pitch. Though if anyone is going to hold down that role next season, it's going to be Harry Gray, I think. Or there might be a season-long loan away, which seemed the most likely outcome for Joseph. With 39 Championships appearances last season, including 11 starts, he needs to continue playing regularly to aid his development. However, the striker has instead taken a more aggressive approach, trying to force his way out. Farke tolerated Joseph's request to skip the Manchester United friendly in Sweden following a delayed return for pre-season, but the Germany training camp appears to have been a red line. The striker was expected to take part in a critical week away, but he refused and stayed home, requesting a transfer in the process. I can't stress this enough. That is such a bad way to go about doing it. It's such a bad way. And look, we know from a loyalty point of view, players, they're not as loyal as what they used to be anymore. It's just one of those things. But, for the club that pays you and the club that has your contract, you should be at least attempting to honour the contract in good faith that something is going to happen. The article goes on to say, in 2023, Farke was ready to have Wilfred Gnonto and Luis Sinisterra training on their own after they refused to pay for the club. In an effort to leave after relegation, Sinisterra found his way out on deadline day, but Gnonto, who did not have one of the infamous relegation clauses in his contract, was forced to reintegrate. Everybody remembers that. Gnonto was the one high-profile player Leeds were able to reject bids for after losing so much talent that summer. They were not about to be bullied into losing more. The club is in a very different place 2 years on, and Joseph seems to be ostracising himself from the main group to get a move that was probably coming anyway. In his revelatory, post-match press conference huddle at SC Verl last week, Farke said he will not stand in the way of the player who is not excited about the prospect of playing for Leeds United in the Premier League. The sticking point will be the terms of any exit. Sources at Leeds that are being kept anonymous to protect relationships say Chairman Parag Marath rates Joseph very highly. Farke has already pointed to last season's 39 appearances as evidence of how much he likes Joseph too. This is talent they have invested in since he arrived from Espanyol at 18 years old in 2022. Joseph has been prolific with Spain's under-21s, scoring 8 goals in 13 appearances. There was a red-hot run of form during 2024's pre-season with Leeds, too, which saw him start the opening 8 league games of last season. There was also that memorable brace at Chelsea in the FA Cup as a starter in 2024. Yeah, we all remember that game. Leeds can see the potential in a player who did ultimately score just 3 times in the Championship for the title winners last season. This is why a loan offer with a pre-agreed permanent option does not suit them. Real Betis are understood to have had a $10 million offer knocked back in January. The summer has seen at least one further offer from Betis for a loan with a permanent option, which was rejected by Leeds, who, before Joseph's transfer request, consistently made it clear he was not for sale. Joseph's now public stance may soften United's resolve, but he will not be allowed to leave cheaply. Parties on all sides of the saga, including Leeds, Betis and Joseph representatives, agree this will not be resolved quickly or easily. Girona, there it is, Girona, Jesus, are another club with an interest in taking him. A loan without a permanent option would seem to suit Leeds best, though a significant bid for a permanent deal may tempt them too, with the player wanting out. So I can understand the reasoning for that is because if we send him out on loan with a pre-agreed, say like 10 million or something, and he bangs in a shed load of goals, we're going to have agreed to let him go for a certain amount of money when his value is going to skyrocket from being prolific in Europe's top 5 leagues. And the article says that itself, but it's, us would be out of pocket. Joseph, don't forget, has got 3 years left on his contract, so we've got no urgency, or Leeds have got no urgency in pushing Joseph out the door. Next season will be critical in shaping how the next phase of his career looks. They are unlikely to object to him playing regularly on the continent, but they want to be masters of their own destiny when it comes to establishing Joseph's real value on the transfer market. So it's just another case, for me, like I said, it's another case for somebody being extremely badly advised and effectively doing it completely wrong or going about it the completely wrong way. You don't get your move sorted out or put through a move by basically kicking your toys out of the pram. You get your head down, you get on with it. Like the under-21s who won 10-0. I know Jer mentioned it in his video earlier on today. That's how you go about putting yourself into the shot window. If you want to get yourself a move where you get your head down, you knuckle down, score goals. Joffrey gets 4 goals. Greenwood got a couple of goals. Bamford scored as well. So these players will probably be more appealing to other clubs, whereas you've got a player that's down in tools, it's going to be effective to nobody, essentially. For me, what I would do, and I said it before the start of the season, I would loan him out without an option this year, but he owes not only the club, but he owes the manager an apology for the way that he's gone about stuff, just in my opinion. But at the end of the day, it's the immaturity of youth, isn't it? They won it yesterday, and they don't want to let anything stand in the way. It's going to do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you've not done so already, if you could subscribe, turn the notifications on, like the video for me as well. Take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Cheers.